The title is sadly no clickbait. I will stop streaming Roundnet tournaments.
Let's go!
Yeah, it's a tough decision, but it's a decision that I already made. And today I want to talk to you about it. Obviously, I don't want to go silent and just, you wonder what is Tops doing. I will take a step back and I can go through the decision here a little bit and take you through my process of thinking about it. It's not easy. It's not an easy topic, but for me it's important also that you guys understand where I'm coming from. And I had last year 12 tournaments that I streamed, and I was basically, at every bigger European tournament. I did all the ETS tour stops. I was in Mallorca for a season opening. I streamed the first major in Toulouse with Brookline and a big team that I organized. I streamed the Euros in Padua, and also the mixed Euros. And one of my biggest biggest things that I wanted to achieve was the Spikeball Championships in Philadelphia. The plan for this season was to build up something bigger and build a brand so that people could watch the stream, see all the content on one channel. And at first I was 100% sure this is going to be awesome, we're going to make this work. After some thinking that I've been doing, I don't see that I could build up a brand or company within the Roundnet bubble that is sustainable enough to really work. I don't think that you can do that, because our numbers within the sports, media-wise, are not high enough to sustain anything. And you need to have certain numbers to get sponsors in, to get, partnerships and stuff like that. And when you look at some influencers, they have kind of at a live stream about, 1,000 people that watching at a time. And that's kind of already a small influencer. When we look at the streams I've been doing, we had the most ever viewers at the World Championships in Belgium, and that was around 860 something. And that was like the peak we ever had on the Tops Roundnet channel. And it's a very good peak, because for the sport overall, it was quite big, the number. But this is not something you can sustain a company that is built for making Roundnet content. And if I don't believe that I can achieve this sustainability, I also feel like I should not do it, because I invested a lot of time already in the sport and I love it. I love the sport, I love everything about it, but to build a company around it without selling sets or something, I don't see a big possibility there. And last season I was 100% sure with the partners we had that this would be the future and we're gonna do that no matter what. But I streamed 12 tournaments last year. I spent overall, I would say, kind of 94 days only with like organizing streams, making the recaps, traveling, and also streaming, because most of the time I was in front of the camera for the stream the whole day and took just rarely any pauses. And it's the growth was there. We, like, on the Tops channel I had a lot of people coming in watching tournaments, but it's still within a bubble of a few people. And I think we were around, like, on a very big stream we had, like, in Euros we had 430-ish people in finals, and on the baseline I would say 100 to 200 people. Again, to attract sponsors and bring in companies that bring in value and bring in money, because I spent a lot of money into the setup and travels and food and stuff like that. And the payback is not as high as you would say that I would make a plus with doing it, you know? It's just a lot of time, a lot of money that I invest in streaming, and I feel like I'm not able to bring that in anymore. The way I did it last year was I asked the communities where I stream, hey, I want to have somewhere a bed, and I need some money for for the traveling costs, and I would need a tent and a table and something to sit, so I could build up all this. And organizing these things is sometimes really rough and takes a lot of time. And also, I think I asked on a baseline for 350 euros or something that would cover my costs overall. With this money, you can, this is a lot of money for the tournaments and for the communities, but that's nothing for a company that wants to grow or wants to make a sustainable income overall for streaming and making content in the Roundnet niche. It's just bothering covering my costs. And we had a deal with Brookline where we were making those recaps together with Jaro. And when you look at the number from the recaps, it's just nothing to build on. It's just 800 to, I would say, the max was 3,000 views. And it also shows that the interest into this competitive part of the sport is not that high that you could build up a company on it, When I would see stable numbers between 10 and 80,000 views, you could go to companies and you could say, hey, there's potential, you could advertise and we get some money so we can build this, we can grow this. But with 800 to max 2,000 views, there's just not a possibility to get in sponsors, to get in interest, because it's just too small. And we put a lot of time and effort in it, and I see that you could obviously do it better, make it shorter, but I don't see any format at the moment that is performing well Roundnet wise. Not on TikTok, not on Instagram, not on YouTube, and certainly not on Twitch, or generally live streaming. We are a niche within a niche. And a bigger problem with that is also that the name Roundnet is the name for the sport, obviously, and Spikeball is still the biggest name for the sport. If you do a Google Trends search, you see Roundnet, how many people would search over the last 5 years the term Roundnet, and when you compare it to Spikeball, it's just a different level. But if you compare it to a sport that is really growing at the moment, like a sport that is where people can make a living from content creation from, as example, pickleball, because Spikeball also providing now pickleball gear, you can see that's just a different level. It's just the search volume on pickleball is just so many more people are interested in it. And there you can see that you also can build something that would grow as a company. Again, I am very specific about the content side of the sport, because I think also the big tournament's gonna grow, more people are gonna start to play, but the overall interest will not be growing as much that you could possibly create something sustainable in the direction of content creation around the sport. Yeah, it's very tough for me. Obviously, I put a lot of heart and soul in it, but I'm also at the point where I say, okay, I kind of did everything there is in my niche. I was streaming the biggest events. I was there for the first major in Europe. I was there for all the ETS tour stops last year. I was there for all the European championships Was it mixed or was it in general the Padova Euros? And like for me, also big achievement. I was in Philadelphia, being there with the stream and covering like the best pros from the States. And that was a big thing for me because when I first like watched the championships, it was a massive thing for me. I watched double clutch against assistive touch, and you know we were sitting at Benny's Benny's room, and we all were like, "Wow, crazy! This is crazy production." And I thought from that point it will only get better, but that's not the case. It's a lot less for my stream personally. Not like my stream is still growing, but when you look at the numbers with the Spikeball stream, it's just not that big as it was anymore. And I also see that Spikeball had to downsize a lot. And for example, Andrew now kind of works 3 jobs on a management level. They're not focusing on streaming or providing the content anymore. It's just more like sustain, you know, at all costs. And this is the biggest brand within our sport, and they are struggling so much. So I'm not, you know, I cannot see succeeding in this branch where they already struggle and they sell the sets. That is like the backbone of our game, like of our sport. Last season, I was 100% sure, hey, I'm gonna do this full time. We're gonna build up something great. And yeah, also Brooklyn was a huge factor in that. But now it's like I lost kind of my vision for that, if you know what I mean. And it's not negative, but for me, of course, also kind of a tough decision. But I feel like I need to take it now because put in as much time as I did last year, and kind of build my life around my schedule of tournament streaming. But after last season, I cannot think of that anymore. I kind of lost this vision. I'm still in love with the sport and I want to play also again more because last season was also I played only 1 tournament, and I want to also, you know, make some more content, but no more live streaming tournaments, and I will also be more casual about the whole thing. For me now, it's like I spend so much time, I spend so much money in it that I cannot fortify it to myself to go on this season like I did last season. And also then I need to agree with myself, hey, if you don't have the vision, don't do it. Because you can only succeed in something that you truly believe in. And for me, I thought about it a lot, I talked about it a lot, but I lost this vision. And I love that I achieved so much and have so many people recognizing me and all, but I need to focus now on myself, and I want to still create, but I will do different things, you know, and see what works for me, because I love streaming, I love making videos, but I think the niche of Roundnet is not big enough at the moment to make something sustainable there. And that's just the reason why I can't go on. This is not a goodbye forever. I will still do some videos on my YouTube channel. I have still some ideas that I want to share with you. And I will also do some live streams still, but probably in German, because I want to try also to make German content, you know. But for sure, this season I will not stream any tournaments except Mallorca, because I already agreed on it. And yeah, I would be happy if you all would come by next Sunday. I will make a live stream, watch through all the recaps together and share some stories with you, give some, you know, background stories. There's a lot to tell and a lot to talk about. And yeah, I see it still as a success, like this Tops Roundnet project. I kind of achieved everything that I wanted. I was at all the biggest tournaments. I got really close to all the all the biggest athletes. I made so many friends, and I still love the sport, and I will continue with playing again and, you know, having fun at tournaments. But like for streaming wise, I will end my career here. And if I see that there is like a lot of potential, a lot of growth, I'm still, you know, able to come back. But for now, for me, I think it's the best decision to lay the tournament streams down. Yeah, that was not an easy video to make. If you still have some open questions, join me next Sunday. It is the 11th of February. I'm gonna take my time. I will start at 6 p.m. and so Central European time zone, and we're gonna watch through the recaps, gonna watch through some videos, and we can talk. If there are any questions open, let me know. Yeah, that's it for this video. I think I said everything that I wanted to say. It's not easy, but I hope you can understand why I'm taking this step. And I hope to see you at the next tournament and, of course, next Sunday. Take care and see you soon.